You're so good that you're good.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna click it. All right. We are live. Give it a second to pop up. There we go. All right. You guys all good?
Yeah.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
Perfect.
Ready.
All right. So, welcome back to the podcast with Streets and Wheezy again, my co-hosts. And today we're going to talk about a couple things here today. So, the main subject we're going to be talking about is a hurricane update, some exploit crackdowns, and some other news that's going on with well, we'll get deeper into that, but we got some other little tidbits on this. Then also some other interesting developments from other companies. So first thing I want to get into is the hurricane update that we just got, and I will play you guys this video real quick so you guys can see what we're talking about. The first one we got. That was the first one we got. This is the official trailer.
Come on, pick up. Where are you? Come on, pick up, Celeste. Come on, pick up.
So before we get too deep into that, I just want to point something out. You guys see that red light moving around?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So what are you guys' thoughts just off of what you know so far and what you've seen?
Okay. If I'm being real, when I saw it, I was excited that we're getting a new, feature, that we're getting a new map condition, but it still to me just wasn't like over the top excitement. Like, yes, like this is about to be so dope. It was just more like electromagnetic storm with heavy rain. Like, okay. I thought it was gonna be something like the toxic swamp or something a little bit more crazy. But hey, who knows? Hurricane could be cool. And this is my one thought was I play on Stella Montes. I do a lot of PvP playing, so when am I gonna be outside during this hurricane in Stella Montes? Like, how will this affect Stella Montes? So that was kind of my first thoughts going in. Was kind of like, meh. Unpopular opinion, maybe, but it was just like, meh. Okay, that's my thought on. What about you? What about you, Wheezy? What was you thinking?
All right. Man, I think it's gonna be great. Based on that, cause obviously you see a raider walking out, and you see the shields kind of just glitching and fucking up and all that, and that kind of gives us a thought where okay, cool, we can't wear our shields out in the rain, and they did mention that it's gonna be less visibility, and I think it's gonna bring a different more aspect on how you're gonna play in this weather condition, which I think is pretty cool. But as you see at the end of the video, right, you see an arc cosmetic having a beard. So I think we're getting beards in the game. I think that's a good little
Yeah.
little cosmetic for the players and a little more dynamic for customization. But I can't wait for the update, man. I'm really excited. Really, really excited. What about you, Sandy? What's your thoughts about that?
I think it's going to be interesting because we got a couple things that are going to happen, right? The way grenades react are going to be different. So when you throw them in the wind, it could alter the trajectory of where you throw. That's one change. It also affects how gas and smoke react. So it's going to blow the smoke and the gas. So it may not go where you intended to go. The shield sparks, so you're more visible. So when you're running around, you can see those shield sparks. So you can spot people out a little better. So that's going to make it a little more dangerous. And then also the caches. They said the caches in the game are going to have a lot more loot than they usually do. A lot more rare items than they usually do. So that's something that we haven't seen before. We haven't seen anything other than like 2 bullets and like a red grenade, you know? So I'm excited for it in the aspect of I can play Salamantis, which I agree with Streets. It would be great to have something on Salamantis that makes the PvP a little different. But if I want to take a break from Salamantis, I can open up an open map and hit this new event and have something different than just freezing my balls off, you know? So it's going to be interesting, to say the least. So going off on that, how do you guys think it's going to affect the PvP? You think it's going to make it more fun, in your opinion?
I think it's going to be another element that we'll have to battle against. The arc, obviously we're getting a new threat, so whatever that will be, it looks like it was on the ground. Even though that could just be something to throw us off, because it looked like it had wings in the picture on the emblem. So maybe that's just something to throw us off, but I figure that whatever that it is, it was hard to see it. So maybe it's going to be some type of art that can camouflage itself against the darkness, that you're going out there trying to loot and get these caches. It'll be right there stalking you. But I don't know. I'm still kind of like, I don't know. Because, yeah, you got, maybe you're going to take your shield off and you're going to run, but that will make it a little harder, maybe easier to kill people because somebody hits you with a Pharaoh, you have no shield on, you're probably gone, depending on where they shoot you at. So I'm still on the fence about it. I don't want to be like overly hyped. And, I was hyped for, oh, we're getting a new, headwinds. It's about to be something cool. And it was like Bird City. And it was like, we have Nest in the chimneys. Like, hey. So I don't know. I think that the fights will kind of, I don't know. It's going to be crazy because you're going to be battling the elements, the arc, and you're going to be battling other raiders. So I feel like I'm just on the fence about it. Even with the caches, what do you do for a person who doesn't have anything to get for real besides maybe a couple blueprints? If we have almost everything there is to gain in the game, what do you offer to somebody who's maybe not doing the expedition? Who's like, I did it the first time around, or maybe I didn't do it the first time around, and I don't want to give up on my stuff because I have everything. What do you offer those people? What's going to be like the big, thing that you find that's just so great? That's another thing, that I was wondering. So I'm just on the fence about everything,
Right.
No, yeah, man.
All right.
What about you, Sandy? How are you feeling? How are you and Weezy feeling about that? Going out there and having a battle with all this, man.
Just like Cold Snap, it forces you to go inside. You can't stay outside forever, which forces people to fight indoors more than outdoors. So it changes the base elements of PvP in general, right? You don't have all of the options like you did before. This is going to be something similar, right? But even more intense because you can't just throw a smoke grenade and go loot a body, right? You're going to be exposed. It's going to blow it around. You can't just hide in bushes and stalk, right? Your shield's going to spark and it's going to make sounds. So there's a lot of things that are working against you, but that's what makes the game great, is that it's not just cheesing it all the time. There's always an element that makes it more difficult, and that's what brings engagement. Is it's a challenge. That's the point of gaming, is to have that challenge, and then when you beat that challenge, you have that reward factor. You have that good feeling, like, man, I went in, I got my balls blown apart by this hurricane. I slimed the whole map with people, and I got out with their goop. I beat all the odds, right? That's the great part about this game. You know, even Stellamontis the Shredder, I hate that damn thing. It kills me every time. Every time I'm trying to fight, it gets right up in my butt crack and lights me up. But if we didn't have the Shredder, if we didn't have that element, would the PvP be as fun? You know?
Yes. Yes, it would. Yes.
Well, there's different elements that I do enjoy, and it's the fact that at any moment outside of just PvP, something else can come in and you know, nip you in the butt, you know. So I think the PvP is going to be good, and I'm excited to at least try it. Right, jump in, give it a good run, and see what goes on, and then hey, we'll come back in a week and we'll talk about it, and we'll you know, we'll say what we love about it and what we hate about it. So you know, it is what it is. So, but what do you got, Wheezy?
No, yeah, I think you're right, Sandy, because I think it's gonna change the aspect on how we play with this new weather condition. Because again, you're not gonna be able to sit outside. You're not gonna be able to just camp in the bushes. And with the new weather condition, they even said that the visibility is be to little to none. So you're not gonna be able to see anything outside like at all. So that's one thing I like about it, because like how Sandy was saying, is where the game is trying to pretty much not be in your favor at all. And I don't think Ark is gonna be affected. So Ark might have a better visibility than us. Kind of almost be like a horror aspect of it, you know, kind of just come out of nowhere and start shooting you, or you probably see like the little, you know, the little lasers with the wasp, you know, and it's like kind of like lock on you. So I think this is gonna be a good, you know, addition into the weather, because yeah, we have magnetic storm, but it's just like lightning. That's pretty much it. We don't have like an actual like crazy weather condition where everything is just like everywhere, like the breeze is everywhere, and then you can't see anything and all that. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. But go ahead, Streets.
I was wondering also if they're gonna, you know, we talked about how we play a lot of Stellamontis. I wonder if the storm is gonna be how they introduce the shredders coming into the other parts of the map. Like maybe the storm was so crazy it blew the doors open, or blew, you know, something hit or fell over and caused, you know, an entrance to be created, and that's how the shredders got out. So maybe, you know, there will be shredders out there. You know, everybody's looking at that like what we saw as a new arc, but maybe it's just another version of the shredder, or how it's had to, you know, maneuver itself and adapt to the storm as well. Um, so it's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen. I don't know that. I don't know. I just, you know, I feel like they're drip feeding us from the updates. If I'm being honest, I love this game, but I also want to be real. Like, hey, you know, we're wanting like give us something like that's gonna be like, oh man, I have to be here for this update. I cannot miss this update. You know, something like that. You know, and I understand, you know, more people will be playing the game during the summertime and the summer months. And that's why they're maybe going for like April, May for, you know, the bigger arc and all that stuff. But, you know, while the iron is hot, maybe give us a little something. Give us a little something. That's all I'm saying, you know. That's my take on it, though. I could, you know, I'll maybe come back next week and I'll have a different take on it. But right now, I feel like they're kind of holding their punches back and they're kind of just jabbing us. And I'm like, you know, give us a haymaker. Give us something that's just like, whoa. Like, I have to play. I have to be here for this update. So that was just my take on it.
One thing I wanted to bring up from the update that we saw in that video, right, is the arc, the red light. A lot of speculation on what it could be. Some people think it's going to be a snake, like a slithering snake serpent kind of thing, because the way it was moving, it was really kind of creepy, man. It kind of gave me the chills a little bit seeing that. It could also be, you know, maybe something with four legs, like the dogs, right? Like here, check. Let's watch it again. I want you guys to take it in.
are you? Come on, pick up, Celeste.
Look at that.
Come on.
Doesn't that give you the chills?
It could have. It could have been, something like a dog. I can see it being like a robotic dog or something that will chase you down, to make you have to maybe run or use your stamina a lot more, which would be crazy. Or
I was looking at that like I was there, right?
Yeah,
I'm looking at it like I'm there. Like if I saw that, I would poop my pants on days,
But I think that's why they're trying to bring the horror aspect, I think that's what they're trying to do, like with the weather condition where you can't see shit, like you don't know what's out there, you know what I'm saying? And then all you see is maybe like the little laser just like locking on you, and you hear it charging up like how they normally do, and you just don't know where it's at. I think this is gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be really cool.
Yeah.
What do you guys think it is?
Now that you said it could have been a dog or a snake, it definitely looks like it could be something that's going to be on land. Even though in the emblem, it looks like it was a ark that was flying because it had wings. So I'm like, I don't know. In a hurricane, like I don't know, like I said, maybe a robotic dog. It did look like it was kind of moving around, kind of crazy. Maybe a snake would be pretty cool. Snake would be cool. Maybe like a wolf. A wolf would be dope. Some type of,
What
you say?
I think it's gonna be like an apex predator, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's gotta be something apex.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like it's ready to start. As Streets would say it, pull out his big old belt and apply some pressure.
That's right. It does. It looked like it was stalking, like it was almost kind of like
like
about
lurking,
to pounce. Yeah, lurking, kind of like hunting you down. So that could be a whole nother threat. Like the whole time it's tracking you. You go out in the storm, and there's multiple, of those out there, whatever that they are, and then maybe they click up in packs and they hunt you. Maybe we're just seeing one, but maybe there's multiples that however that goes. I think it'd be cool.
Or it makes sound like while it's like hunting, and like it makes a. Like, oh my god, dude, I would.
Okay, so I'll ask you this: do you think it will be an arc that shoots bullets or blows fire, or will they introduce some new tech?
I think it's gonna be like a slicing kind of thing. Like it comes in melees. Oh man,
melees. Yeah, that'd be crazy. That'd be pretty, pretty wild. Bite you or stings you or something. You have some type of effect that you can't heal for a second or something.
Yep,
that'd be wild.
Well, with that, there's a couple more things I want to talk about on some potential updates. Right, we had news. So I follow, and Weezy does too. We follow a group on X, the arcraiders alerts. Right, so they put up news pretty often, and one of them was something that Smirk had mentioned, how that it'd be cool if we had a map where we're inside of an arc, and the actual design director had hinted that may be something that is coming to the game. So I have actually a picture of it here so you guys can see right here. The proof is in the pudding.
Yep.
So that would be insane. If it's like Stella Montis, but inside of one of those walk-in arcs, that'd be amazing. I'd be stoked. We need another PvP map, man.
Yeah, we do. I mean, I told you guys before, Embark, they're watching the show. Thank you, Embark, for watching. Thank you, all the developers, for watching, and the people, because we literally talked this into existence. Like, Smirk had said, it would be so cool to have that element to where maybe you have to escape, or maybe you have to try and shut it down from the inside. And that would be a cool element because it would give you maybe, hey, link up and let's do some PvE together and take this down. And maybe that's why they're kind of introducing this shared play. Like, hey, look, for future events, we're prepping you guys with the shared play to say, get along now, because maybe there'll be a bigger risk reward factor when we introduce this map where you have to go and start out inside the arc, and you either have to come together and take it down, or you kill everybody, you PvP the whole map, and you try to get as much as the loot and the goop, and maybe shut it down for yourself and get all the glory. like how people do when you're taking down the Bastion. I mean, or the Queen, or the the matriarch. Some people just wait and then kill everybody and take all the goop for themselves. So that will be a really cool idea to see come to life, and I'm excited to see it. Hopefully, come to life sooner than later. What about you? What do you think on? What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, man, I think that'd be pretty cool. I mean, either I imagine it either being broken, right, and just there, kind of just isolated, and it's obviously just a map, or we might be in it that's probably moving around. It's up, but we're trying to like deactivate it or like kind of like disable that arc. But I never thought having being inside an arc would be like a map, and we again streets chat predicted it. It'd be pretty cool. I'm like, nah, I don't think it'll happen. And then here they are saying that, oh, we might be inside an arc. That's dope. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
I
for
like
sure.
that. And if it is, I think it's definitely be like a PvP map, Stella map type of vibe, right? And they did mention that shredders are going to be into other maps, and I think that's going to be one of the maps they're going to introduce is shredders in there as well. But yeah, man, I think it's cool. But who knows though? Gotta let them cook. Gotta let them cook. Gotta wait for April. With the new maps, and hopefully they keep dropping new maps every 2-3 months to keep it more engaging for sure.
All right. Well, this is a really good point for you guys in the chat. If
Oh, I think you're muted.
You went mute, Sandy. It did that twice now. I don't know why, but yeah, it did it a little while ago. After I got done talking, I went like this. I couldn't hear you, but yeah, you just went mute again, brother. They're trying to stop all our good ideas from coming to life.
right. you guys got me?
Yes, yeah, you're good now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So like I was saying, if you guys are not following the podcast, give it a follow, because we've talked about a lot of different things that have come to fruition. And one of them was the interior. One of our viewers that had chatted this had mentioned this, and we talked about it. And now we're getting stuff on X talking about this exact stuff.
Confirmation.
So, some speculation is speculation, right? That's what we all do. We all want stuff. We want to wish it to existence, but some of these things are valid points. So by following the podcast, you're going to get the latest news that we have as we do it as players of the game, and we want to give it to you. So just want to start off with that. But on that point with the maps, there's a lot of different things they can go in direction, right? So they can make it to where, yeah, it's a map that you either fight in, or it's a map that the goal is to take it down, or it could be just maybe an ambient type thing, and it's something else like Dam or Blue Gate, where you loot. Maybe it's got higher loot. So there's a lot of different directions they can go with that. So I'm excited to see if it does come to fruition, what that's going to look like. So excited to at least see this post up. So
I think it'd be cool too if you while you're in there, if while it's moving, it maybe affects how you move around. So if it starts to move, maybe the ground will tilt forward, causing you to kind of move forward, or it moves to one side, causing everything to kind of slide. And you'll have an element of having to battle, things moving around, and maybe will change the, how you have to fight as well. I think it'd be really, really cool to see it come to life.
yeah. But I was excited for that for sure. And okay, so we got the updates out for Shredded Sky. Talked about that. Talked about the walking map arc ideas. So I wanted to kind of revisit something that we talked about with the exploits and the game's economy. So we had, on the last podcast, we talked about the people duping ducks and people duping trigger grenades, and it was just chaos. So they ended up putting out a soft warning to people that were duping, took away their coins. Some people got their coins taken away, some people didn't. If they didn't have coins, they took away guns. I've seen other streamers that have picked up items in the game that benefited from it that ended up losing bobcats or tempests or rare items. So they definitely went in and they did a calibration. So But as far as the warning goes, they're just saying, hey, don't do it again. They'll pat on the wrist. We'll give you a demerit if you do it again, so they're definitely soft on it, which, I mean, yeah, okay. I mean, technically kind of cheating, but at the same time, other than the trigger grenade people, right? Didn't really hurt anybody. So give them the warning and then move on. So they ended up actually improving their anti-cheat systems now. So they're using. So let me just rewind a little bit. These cheaters that are in the game doing this, like actual cheats, and the people that are finding exploits, they're actually helping the developers develop stronger systems to detect, remove, and ban people that are doing these things that are not supposed to be doing. That gives them an advantage over the average person. So if in a way they're kind of helping. I hate them. I hate the cheaters because they suck. But they're kind of working against themselves. So let them do it, and then Embark's going to find the most efficient way to get them out of here, so they can spend $40 again. So what's your guys' take on this?
My take, I think that they did a good job with how they handled the situation. Most companies, wouldn't have known how to handle it. They went about it and said, "Hey, look, we know, a lot of people were doing it, and if you didn't do it, our hat goes off to you. If you did, you know better. Don't do that again. You know what I mean? It was cool. I didn't think that they went out of their way or did anything crazy. I think that they handled themselves according. It wasn't nothing crazy. People got money and they went and they bought some of their favorite guns, which allowed them to maybe play the game how they wanted to play because they had a surplus of money. But again, I also think it was cool on the community's part. I'm gonna give us a little credit because while we were duping, it's almost like we made enough noise to get their attention and they fixed it fast. And that's what I like. It's like, hey, look, this is a problem. Let's all do it and make so much noise that we get the developers' attention and they come and they fix this before it becomes a huge problem and it persists and continues to go on. So I think they did a good job. They didn't, do anything too crazy for the people that lost money. It does it suck? Yeah. Did you spend it while you had it? If you did, you should have. If you didn't, you missed out. But it's not nothing that's like too crazy to get. You can get the money. You just gotta go and play the game. You know what I mean? But I think they handled it fairly well. Wizzy, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
Hell yeah, man. They handled it pretty well, man. And I think with all the exploiters and all that, I'm glad they are taking action, and not just waiting for like a week, maybe 2 weeks. They actually were revamping every exploit known that we know or that they know. But yeah, man. Them fixing it really quick, big props, man. Because a lot of companies they just wait, they just wait. From what I feel like, all the games I play, people just wait. But Embark is doing a really good job. But honestly, I love that they also kind of not kind of, but they do own up to their mistakes. Kind of just, hey, I'm sorry, and taking their time with the updates and dropping it really quickly. And also with the whole money thing, I think that's they need to do that. Having people just all this money and they're not gonna do nothing about it. I'm glad they actually took that out. I'm glad they actually sent out messages of saying that, hey, we saw you duping, but we're gonna take all the
Right.
stuff that you did dupe off, and then all the items you got off, and then take that out, and then just don't do it again. Kind of like a parent almost, like don't do that shit again. But
No.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Slap on the wrist, So yeah, but I'm glad they're doing what they're supposed to be doing for sure.
All right. And I just want to point out, Fitzy's in the chat. So Fitzy's the one that got his Bobcats removed because he picked up duped items. So that's where I got that from. So I just want to give Fitzy a shout out.
Oh,
He's an awesome dude.
Okay.
Streams on Twitch, plays arcraiders. He's a cool cat to be around, man. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
but
yeah.
but Fitzy, to clarify, right? Like we all dabbled in the dupe thing. We wanted to play with it. The cheaters, the ones that are actually cheating, actively cheating with like outside hacks and stuff. That's the stuff that that is really ruining the game. The duping, I mean, the game's broken, right? We're still only 3 months into it. They're constantly fixing it, they're improving it, so we're just going to get better and better things moving forward. But the cheaters, they're always going to be there lurking. They always have the question: was that guy that shot me with a shotgun 5 times in 1 second cheating, or is there some kind of other exploit in the game that allowed him to do this? So, but yeah, I think it's going to get better over time. Their detection systems are getting stronger, and it's getting a lot better. I've noticed a lot less than what I have in the last month and a half. So before it was crazy. You didn't know who you're going to run into. So, but you guys got any more thoughts on that?
The cheaters, yeah, I have seen a lot of things that were plaguing the game or kind of making it unfair or unfun to play, that they handled with the swiftness, like quickly. They got it, they found out what it was, they identified it, they fixed it, and they tried to close as many exploits and things that people were doing to go behind the code or get in. I forgot what that thing is called. What's it called where you can people were using it at first and they were able to open it and get inside and change things around. I forgot what it was called, like a command prompt or whatever that it was that people were able to do. I think they shut that off as well. So and I think they handled it. Yeah, console command. I think they handled it like like they were supposed to, like professionals. They didn't gripe about it. They took it on the chin and said, "Hey, look, you guys got us. We're not perfect. We do, some of our stuff is flawed, but we're trying our best to give you the product that you guys deserve." And they're doing a great job with it. They've got most of the exploits closed off. You don't see any of the people camping in the roofs anymore. But I did see something the other day, which I was hoping that they would fix, and that would be the glitch in the floor in Stella Montis, where you go in between the room and you fall down and the shredder gets stuck. I've seen people now exploiting that, getting underneath the map and kind of shooting you. So it's like, hey man, I wish you would fix that. And the door, as you hop over the wall, I've noticed whatever they fixed, it also messed up the wall, right? Because there's a piece that's like a glass piece allowing you to kind of see in and maybe see if you see somebody moving around, whereas maybe you'd have to jump up to see that, exposing yourself. So again, they're only human. They're trying their best, and I feel like what they've done with the cheaters so far has been great, and they've got them up out of there. But like you said, they're always lurking. They're always looking for a new window or opportunity to get in and then exploit while they can. So they've done what they can. They're only human, and I think they've done a good job. And I want to also say what up to Mr. Butter Brown. I just saw you. He's wishing everybody a happy Friday. He's watching the podcast as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, moving forward from that, we're at the halfway point basically right at this point. We got people in the chat, so I wanted to open the floor for people in the chat and answer any questions you guys might have, or any ideas you guys have that the game might be putting in the next month and a half. Any for the new arcs, the new threats that we're gonna get. So sorry, I'm early morning. So anyone in my chat or Streets chat or Weezy's chat have any questions you guys want to bring up?
I think somebody had said something a second ago on the podcast. I seen when I was talking, something came across, but I don't know what they had said.
Well, we got Fitzy. He just mentioned that he got killed the other night by a guy that was climbing up the walls like he was Spider-Man, and it was crazy. So I haven't seen this. Happen. I'm sure TikTok we're gonna see something at some point because that's insane. But that's the only comment I have so far.
I'll say this: what do you guys think about the Now, I'll ask you this: do you think that they need to obviously maybe fix it, but how long or what's the importance of putting the zip lines on a battery and then adding, flares and sensors and being able to jump in the sky and fly around? Or like with the snap hook, once you're snap hooked onto somebody and you get downed, once you get revived, you fly in the air to where the person's at. Those are cool, funny little, things. Like I've seen people go around with the batteries and the barricades, and they're walking around with humongous, like barriers, or with the battery and the zip lines, and they'll go up underneath the arc, and then they'll put it down, and when they pick it up, it sends them flying off into space. And I've seen them do this to like the Queen and even the Raiders, like hey, stand on that pop ball right there, and then they'll put it down, pick it up, and the Raider goes flying. He's like, where am I at? I don't even know. Like, I'm in some type of void. So I think there's, funny, cool little exploits too. But how fast do you think they should fix those? And I'll ask you guys, what do you think the importance of fixing those is to them in comparison to others? Do you think they kind of skip over some of those? Or do you guys think they kind of like want to attack those with the same, process? Because it seems like they let those kind of exploits kind of linger and kind of go around.
Yeah, I mean, those are not really game breaking, like threats. Like they don't give an advantage to nobody. It's just like little fun glitches here and there, which how every game has it. But I don't think they're going for the small glitches like that, the small exploits. I think they're going for the big ones with like the unlimited ammo, unlimited health, full durability when you switch back your weapons back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There's a lot of like exploits that needs to be fixed, and they're doing everything as the best they can. But small things like that, I don't think they should. I don't think they really worry about it. There's like kind of fun little things, especially that you go down, and especially when you snap hook on somebody, and you get revived, and you start flying across the like across the map. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty funny. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like game breaking. It's just fun to do. But yeah, I mean, Embark is really focusing on the worst exploits instead of the least worst exploits. So, but yeah.
All right. Anyone in the chats here? I don't have anyone in my chat that's got questions, so I don't know. Do you have anyone, Streets?
I do not.
No one's got anyone to say?
Everybody's just watching and chilling.
All right. Just wanted to leave it. It's to open it up in the middle segment here. So, all right. So as far as updates go, I know we talked about the volcano map, coastal map, things like that. I wanted to touch back at bases again because we're another weekend, and we constantly get a feed of things that are popping up in the Twitter accounts. We got TikTok. People all have their digital media coming out on ARC related stuff. So we get little clues here and there. People do the research all the time. So I still think it's going to be coastal. What do you think it's going to be coming up in April? What do you guys think they're going to have as like the full like April big update?
I think it will be something with water. Obviously Riven Tides. That's the one, right? Is Riven Tides, correct? Yeah, I think that.
Right. Yep.
I think it'll be something coastal. The one that I keep seeing pop up is that one city right there next to the water with the bridges, which only makes me think, will they at some point introduce a swim mechanic or some type of arc that will be in the water, like an alligator or like an electric eel, something that may shock you or potentially do some type of harm to you while you're in the water, maybe piranhas. But it looked like if that was gonna be the map, that it would be something similar, and I don't feel like that comes out of nowhere, and I feel like that's the map that I keep seeing over and over and over again. So it kind of like makes me think that's what it's gonna be. But I think it'd be cool to have an element of like some water, and introduce maybe a new arc. I know we're getting like a massive arc threat, so hopefully not with
Right.
that we'll get something else too, like not just the big arc, but a smaller one as well. And what are you guys thinking about it? Do you think it'll be the ocean map? You think it'll be like what we've been seeing, portrayed, or what are you guys feeling?
Hell yeah, man. I think it's gonna be coastal as well. Now we have new weather changes. Hurricane. I that's gonna be on the new map for sure. It kind of fits the vibe with the whole coastal when you have a hurricane coming in and all that. But yeah, man, with the new arc ideas, electric eel, alligator, piranhas, that's all great ideas, man. I like that. You know, especially the piranhas, man. Imagine that. They had a swim mechanic trying to swim.
Yeah, trying to swim, trying to get away. That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
You know, yeah, bro. That'd be scary, man. Trying to swim your way out of there. You know?
Even and I thought of. Go ahead, Mom. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. But especially with the new the big arc, man. I can't wait for it. And I pray it is the Emperor. I know Sandy wants the mustard, you know, but I hope it's the Emperor, man. That'd be so cool.
Sandy, what was you gonna say?
Go ahead, Sandy.
So Fitzy has got a question here. He says, someone told me they were going to add possibly a sandworm. Has anyone else heard of this?
I have not.
I have
not.
Oh, go ahead, Weezy.
Oh, so I have not.
I have not. That's dope though.
I haven't either, but that'd be pretty cool. Coming out of the ground, you know, just cruising around the map, and just you never know when it's going to come up and attack you. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I thought about this too. I know that a lot of times we have like these insects. They go for like wasps and hornets. I thought about maybe we'll get something at some point. Maybe like something smaller, like the ticks, or maybe smaller, that swarm you, like mosquitoes or smaller tiny little yellow jackets or something that are they're in swarms, and you maybe have to defeat them in a different way. Maybe you go in a certain area because when you go into like the seed vault over in Stella Montis, the ticks are crazy. They're swarming you almost. So I will be maybe even like I said, the piranha mechanic with water, maybe something that will swarm you that you'll have to kind of fight off, or maybe you can't really fight off. You kind of got to run away,
Yeah.
Because the same thing with the shredder, like you can fight it so much, but I feel like with that arc specifically, it's kind of more of a 50-50 you run or you take your shot trying to shoot it down. And more often than not, most people run away from that. So because you would just see dead shredder, casings everywhere, but you don't. You see a lot of shredders locked in rooms or being avoided. So it would be cool if there was an arc that kind of maybe had that same type of threat. Like, hey, look, I don't even want to take my chances on this. Because the other arcs, you guys can just shoot them down, shoot their wings off. It's nothing. With the shredder, it takes a lot of damage, and it's like, I'm still coming, like the Terminator type of thing. So it's like, it would be cool to see something that you kind of, maybe another art that you have to run away, like the piranhas. Like, hey, we're in the water, and this is our element. You come in here, we're going to tear you up. And it's like, hey, there's risk. If you get in, you're in for so long, then maybe they can find you, and you have to kind of run or get away. So who knows? We'll see.
All right. Make them a little less annoying to the ticks, though, because Salamantis, I've said it so many times. There are some rooms that have more ticks, more crabs running around than a gas station bathroom. I mean, I'm telling you, it's they're everywhere, So, but someone else mentioned on. Oh, go ahead, Weezy.
Yeah, they're not gonna make less annoying. They're gonna keep the annoying aspect, man. That's what they do. Everything is annoying. Shredder's annoying. Ticks are annoying. Every day. But go ahead, Streets.
And speaking on the sandworm thing, I think that that would be cool. I like Buried City, and the birds kind of made it feel like a kind of cheesy. If I'm being honest, it's like whatever. Maybe revive it with that. Maybe give it like another arc that's like, holy shit, you got to get the fuck out of here because the sandworm's coming and it's about to fuck you up. Which would also maybe force you indoors more than just kind of being outside, running around free, and you could introduce that on Buried City and also probably on maybe the dam in certain parts or, something like that. So yeah, it'd be cool. I think that'd be really dope.
Fitzy has a question here. He says, I love Arc, but there just seems to be something missing. You complete everything, and then the only thing you have is trial based. Is there anything else that you guys wish they added? Weezy, this is probably a big question for you because you're the one that actually does the expeditions. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. The expeditions they already revamped it. It's really good. like what they done with the expeditions. But besides just the arc trials, right? I wish they added PvP trials. Something about PvP, you know, because there's a PvP VE aspect, right? But they only have PvE trials, right? They gotta add a little bit with the PvP, you know, because I know people are mad about the PvP, but again, it's a PvP game. But you know, you can't get mad when someone kills you. You know, like it's a PvP game. I'm not here to be buddy with you. I'm here to take the goop. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. There's that too, but I don't know what else can they expand with it. I mean, maybe the Speranza hub. You know, maybe could like make your little room. Cause I heard they might be doing that as well. That's a cool idea. I think it's a really good idea, like a World War II type of aspect. Where you have like your own little camp with the multiple people in it. But yeah, man, I think there's only so much you can do. But I do want the PvP trials. We gotta have a PvP trials because I'm not trying to sit here and fight Arc to get my trials and get like 38k XP to be number one. Like I want to do PvP while I'm at it too, you know. So I think that would be a pretty good aspect to add into it.
All right. And Bitsy agrees. He loves it. Loves that idea.
Yeah, I think that's a really dope idea.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Streets.
No, so I think that's a really dope idea. I agree with what Weezy was saying. I was gonna say also, I think that maybe add to what he's saying. Just try it. Give us a PvP mode. It's trials, PvP trials, and then PvE trials. And I think that they're so scared that it's gonna separate the community. Like, oh, we're gonna have so many people just PvPing and so many people PvEing. They're not playing together. And I think they should leave that up to us. We've bought the game. We enjoy your game. Now, don't maybe put so many parameters on it just because you want to keep it this certain way. Let the game grow how it's meant to grow. If a flower is growing and you want it to grow up and it keeps going to the left, like, hey, maybe it's going towards the sunlight because there's more sunlight in this direction and it's helping it to grow. And you're putting it back and it's like, I'm having to grow past that now. So maybe just see what the community wants, give that to them. Also, maybe give us a mode where we have 4 players and not 3. I think that, because there's times where I'm like, whoa, I have a person here who could play and we can't because it's only 3 players. So little tweaks like that I think would help keep the game going and keep people playing. Because I have heard whispers of people saying that, like, I've done everything. I'm kind of, what do I do now? I've PvP'd my ass off. I've done I've got all the blueprints. Like, I want something. And that's what I was saying. I wish they would have gave us more with the Shrouded Sky. Maybe I'm just kind of like on the fence with it. I wish they would have gave us more with the Shared Watch. I wish they would have gave us more with the Bird City. Because it wasn't like, it was just like teasers, right? Like here's a little morsel. No, give us the whole thing. We're hungry for more. So that's my take on that. Right. What was you gonna say, Weezy? I'm sorry.
Oh, you good, man. Yeah. Going back to Embark, kind of being scared. If they are scared of kind of us dividing us to PvE to PvP, I don't think they should. If you have played the tutorial, bro, the first thing we get slimed the fuck out, and they take our shit. Like, come on, man. Like,
Thank you.
Like they shouldn't be scared. If they are, they shouldn't be scared to divide us, But again, we bought the game. It even says you can either befriend somebody or be an enemy. You know what I'm saying? Like, let us be our own raider. That's pretty much what it is. Let us be either the fucking villain or the hero of the story, right? But yeah, I think they should at least lean a little bit more to the PvP aspect, because I know they're trying to go kind of backtrack with the PvE. Lean a little bit more, because we have a lot of people that likes PvP. A lot of people including me. I love PvP, right? A lot of people like to fight, and I think they should lean into a little bit more and don't be scared to kind of divide us a little bit. I don't think we are gonna get divided, because obviously I PvE sometimes. Like I like to be friendly with some people, but I like to fight. I don't want it to be just, why do you shoot me? Why do you shoot me? Like, no, man. Like, I'm shooting because I can. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can do it. So, like, yeah. Go ahead, Streets.
I agree, and I with the Burt Peanut and Closey and everybody, he's the biggest streamer in the world, and he's PvPing, and you cannot say that Peanut hasn't single like he's brought so many people over to watch his streams and play the game, and of course, when you get off, you want to play like your favorite streamer. You want to go and emulate and mimic some of the things you see them do, and they're all PvPing. So why not just lean into that and say, hey, look, we'll give you guys a trial version, and maybe we'll offer some new stuff like you're doing with the caches in the new Shrouded Sky event. Offer us something that'll make the people who are so scared to mess up their KD or to mess up their, if I go here, I'm not going to be able to, my lobbies are going to be sweaty. Maybe make it like, hey, this won't affect your lobbies. This is just a fun mode. And if you go here, now you have the mindset of, I'm not maybe going to gather or loot or goop. I'm going strictly to fight other raiders. And I think it will, make a cool little avenue for the game. I don't think it would divide us at all. I don't see anybody being like, hey, I just want to play Bird City. I just want to collect ducks. I'm divided. Like, no, you play how you want to play. Some people play to get the ducks. Some people still play Stella Montes. Other people just goop. So I think that they should just let us play the game how we would like to play the game. That's my thoughts on it.
Well, I got 2 more questions from our viewers here before we move into the next section here. But I also wanted to add before I get to those, man, there's a lot of data with this. So on my shorts that I have, I've had some comments. Some people disagree with me when I made a comment about, most of the player base is going to be PvE, which they're correct. I wasn't referring to a lot of the stuff as like, my statement that I'm making is the maps like Stella Montes is primarily PvP based. That's where most of the people that are going to that map are doing. The game in general, 80% of it is PvE players. So only 20% of us PvPers take up the game. So there is a balance to it, and the aggressive based matchmaking helps with that. It helps us put us where we want to be in the game. So they can keep that aspect. They can keep that plane of existence between the PvE and the PvP, but also integrate these other things too. So that's my take on that. The second part is the word rat. Holy guacamole, man. People, you misuse that word all the time. If you kill them, you're a rat. If you PvP, you're a rat. Not true. Rats are campers, basically. If you're waiting for someone to come through a hallway and you sit there for 20 minutes, which is the most boring gameplay in the world, you're a rat. That's what a rat is. Just because you shoot someone doesn't mean you're a rat. So I wanted to put that out there in the air. It's so misused, so grossly misused. It drives me nuts. Every time you PvP and someone goes, oh, you're a rat. I'm like, bitch, you were fucking camping in this room for 20 minutes and you're pissed because I came in and slimed your ass. Like, come on. Like, don't call me a fucking rat. You're the rat. I took out the trash, man. So go ahead, Wheezy, before I get to these questions.
Oh no, that's not me. It's Streets. I'm good with it.
Oh, no, you're good. No, I feel the same way. Like, you being playing Stella Montes and you come up and you just happen to, run into a team that maybe was fighting. And if you end up fighting that team, it's like, oh, you were a rat. You were waiting. It's like, how do you know I wasn't just on my way here and I went, and I ran into you guys? That's very much the case,
Right.
Like you said, rats are usually people who are waiting at the extract for you to come out and be like, I'm going to wait here until you come in and your security's down. You think that, oh, everything's good. Then I'm going to shoot you in the back and take all your stuff. Like, I'm not even out there in the PvP area. I'm by the exit hiding and waiting. That's a rat to me. You know what I mean?
Right. Which sometimes on rare occasions we'll do some rat activities. We'll put like bombs in the front of a door and then light them up with those.
I feel like it's prepping for the rats. We're prepping for the third party rats.
You just hear a big old kablooey, a fireball, and like 3 flares pop up. It's amazing. But we primarily like to focus on actually, like doing the tactical stuff. So, but going into, so there's 2 questions here. One's from Miss Goth Fox. She said her idea was that they should add more customizing your character, or let you customize your own character on how they look, right? So like the beards, right? Like we're excited about the beards coming in. That's just one step towards that. So they are doing this. I mean, we have an open box game that is building its steps up. So we're not at the top yet. So, but I agree with you, Miss Cuddlefox. That would be amazing. And go ahead. But
Streets.
you guys both got your.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Weezy. Go ahead.
Oh, sure. Okay. Thank you. I think they should, again, the finals. They have everything. When you buy cosmetics, you can put everything together on how you want your character to be. I don't know why they don't implement it in arcraiders. You know, it's the same company. They can definitely do it. You know, and like have different like helmets with a different body with the different legs. You know, like all that type of stuff. I'm glad they're even adding beards. You know, said everybody's just all freshly shaven. You know, I think beards is pretty cool because it's a post-apocalyptic type of vibe, right? So I think with the whole cosmetics, we are going in the right direction, but they should definitely add like how they have it in the finals, where they should have different cosmetics to mix and match together. I think that would be pretty cool. Go ahead, shoots.
I was gonna say the exact same thing. I feel like it will help your raider stand out and give you a certain identity when you're able to mix maybe this helmet with this jacket, or this visor with this, pair of pants, or this backpack with this outfit. I feel like they should definitely do that. And I know that we talked about on this show that they're moving or trying to create a Speranza hub. And I feel like if you're going to do that, that this has to come next or has to come beforehand. Because if not, you're just going to have a whole bunch of people who look the same. And this will give people their own identity inside the game. It will give them another level of customization that will allow the game to just flourish in a whole new light. Because maybe this certain raider, you'll recognize them. Oh, that's this person I know because they wear this and it's this. Or, oh, look, I recognize this person. Even from the hub to being out in the field, you may come across somebody, you're about to shoot a raider in his back, and it's like, wait a minute. Oh, that's the homie from the hub. I recognize his outfit. Yo, hey, what's up? And now you've just changed the game again, because now you recognize somebody, and maybe you're able to kind of like, wait a minute, second guess if you're going to just go out there and just shoot somebody. Because you may shoot your homie, or hey, you down him, and you're like, you just downed me. Like, oh, wait a minute, this is the homie. How do you know if it's your homie if everybody kind of has the same outfit? If you're not paying attention to when they're talking. So if they don't have their mic on, you may not hear their voice to go, oh, that's my friend. But if they, have a certain outfit, it will definitely help you stand out and notice your friends. Okay, real quick. Dino Cancer, the highest you can be as a human is an astronaut. There is no high or low in space, just 3 access location, baby. Let them know. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate the love. Astronauts. Go ahead. Sorry, there's a viewer watching.
Sir. You're good. Fitzy says, what if they set out a map that's just PvP or 2 and the rest are PvP to settle it? Or would that be worse off? As far as a clash between PvP and PvE people.
That'd be perfect. I think that's what we're asking for. Because everybody, it's kind of like an unspoken rule. I will say this. There's a lot of unspoken rules. Like solos, unspoken rule, you don't shoot other people. Right? Trios, duos, you shoot on sight. It's like a, he's like, I'll shoot him anyway. But for the most part, solos, unspoken rule is like the friendly lobbies. Trios is the shoot on sight lobbies. Everybody knows Stella Montis is unspoken, that's where your PvP. The Dam is where you go to kind of, that or Buried Cities, unspoken rule, where you go to kind of exchange blueprints and get out quicker without having to deal with being slimed out. So why not just give us something? Because you hear the whispers, the unspoken rules. Just give us a map, see how it goes. I think that's exactly what the people want. Having one map where you can go and just PvP. And then, you wouldn't have to worry about, well, I don't worry about people PvPing with me because I don't go to that map. Like, you have raiders who are like, I just play friendly solos because I don't want to have any interactions. So they're already doing it, just in different ways. Just make it more established. Like, hey, this is PvP, this is PvE, this is the middle. You choose what you want.
Yeah, I don't think they should have a dedicated map for PvE, in my personal opinion, you know. But like how the shared watch event, right? They should have added like a little event, like each like hour or two, you know, have it up for an hour or maybe even more, just strictly PvE. I thought that's what I thought the shared watch event was gonna be. Is gonna have an event where it's just PvE only and you just fight Arc. That's what I thought they were going to do, but I think they should still implement that later in the future because I don't think they should set one map just PvE. You know, because I want every map to have PvP in each map, but also have an event for just PvE players that just want to go either gather resources or just fight Arc and all that. You know, I think they should at least go for the PvE aspect of certain maps and you know kind of go forward. But again, they should not abandon PvP at all. They should not abandon it because I'm just a PvP guy. You know, I'm not normally friendly with other people. I mean, I am friendly, but like I like to fight. If you're not in the same thing, I'm gonna fight you. You know, or if you do say something, I'm gonna back off. All right, cool. He's cool. I'm cool too. Then you know, I'm gonna get out of here. But they should kind of go 50-50, you know. Don't focus all in one aspect of the game, you know. But go ahead, Cheese.
I was gonna say, for a lot of players, I don't know what percentage, but I know there's a lot of players who still don't know all the maps really well. And it's because they only go to their favorite maps. Like us, for instance, we particularly, for the most part, always go to Stella to fight. That's where the most PvP is happening. So, if you were to have an event where you had PvP only, it would maybe force the people who just do those maps to go and play on a different map. Maybe the PvE is only on Stella and now the PvP is only on Bluegate or it's only on Spaceport. So now you have to go to Spaceport and PvP and learn the map better instead of just learning one map and just sticking to this map and learning the ins and outs. Because like Smirksy said, he's like, I don't know anything about Buried City. When I go there, I'm lost because I play predominantly Bluegate and Stella because that's where all the PvP is. He's like, so when I go to Buried City or Spaceport, I'm completely lost. I don't know what's what, and I'm learning the map in real time versus, hey, look, for like an hour, you can go over here in PvP and kind of learn a map and just kind of make it to where you have to kind of learn these other maps and move the community around. Make it like, I know you're comfortable, but try this. I know you're used to this, but also try this. That's what I think would be cool with if they did PvE only on certain hours around the map. It would just force people to try other things.
Well, they could have done an easy fix on this. They could have released that event. Well, let me just dial back a little bit because I'm gonna go too far forward and I'm gonna backtrack. So I have a habit of doing that. So you got people that want PvP and only PvE, right? You got these two people battling, right? Big chunk of the entire game's player base is wanting one thing and a smaller chunk is wanting another thing. But the game developer wants it to be both anyways, right? They've built the game based off of the premise that it is fighting against the Ark and you can choose to shoot people and take their crap, or you can choose to fight the Ark. So with this event that came out that left people disappointed, they could have easily have just turned off friendly fire for 1 hour on this one event. And if you choose to not want to play that map because you're a PvPer, don't play the map, right? Give them 1 hour. It's like being hungry, right? You eat a little bit of a snack, you're not as hungry anymore, right? Give them a little bit of something, to take the edge off, and that'll appease that huge player base and still keep what you want true to the game. The special event. That's the thing. I think that's the key to their success is having these events and being able to manipulate them to feed the player base and keep them engaged and keep them interested and give them what they want. It's that simple. Just turn off the friendly fire for 1 hour, for one little event, and let the Hello Kitty and Adventure type player base do their thing, with no fear of getting shot in the back of the head. So, what do you guys think about that? I've been thinking about that for some time, actually.
Yeah, that's what I was, was like kind of trying to implement about the shared watch event. I think they should just Like it'll scratch both each other's, brains and shit, where they want to do strictly PVE, which I was honestly kind of interested, the shared watch event. Again, I'm gonna keep going back to that because I was kind of like missed. I feel like all of us were kind of misled because we thought it was gonna be an actual event, not like an event where you get like you just destroy Arc and not, or you destroy Arc and you just do PVE, right? Like a little map. You go on the map and there's an event on that map just for Arc only, right? And I think they should still implement that because I think people love PVE for some reason. They love it. But with the game developers, that was meant to be a PVE. arcraiders was meant to be a PVE, but they found it boring. So that's why they added PvP into it. So again, I think they should just like do 50-50, or maybe go 80% PvE and 20% PvP. Who knows, because I know we have a small little chunk of the PvE base, that like to do PvP. Sorry, I'm saying a lot of PvPs, but but
A lot of
they're
P's in there.
yeah, a lot of P's and V's and P's, man. But yeah, I think they should kind of explore into that, try to don't be afraid and implement new things, and if you don't like it, you can always get rid of it. It's simple.
Right.
But we got a
Alpha
question.
says, Crook Streets. Alpha says they shouldn't change it and segregate PvP and PvE. It would be a fundamental change. It hurt the game. Uh, I have PvP and it is what it is. He also said that it would be boring without the thrill at the PvP aspect on both ends. So that's Alpha's take on that. Go ahead, Streets.
I don't mean to have my hand raised. I'm sorry.
Oh,
But I can see, well, on the PV, I understand that. I was more so just saying, like, um give people the options, or maybe have a switch where, like, hey, I want to go in on this map and I want a PVE, or I want a PvP, and have a switch to where you can pick which one you'd like to go and do on that map. You know what I mean? Or even the option to just to have it to where you can PvPvE, where you can do how it's meant to be played. But I think as we progress in the game, it would be cool just to have a feature where if you wanted to do this, you can. If you wanted to play this way, you can. Or another way you could. And that's all. Not saying that it has to take it away, but hey, maybe give it an option to say, hey, look, if you want to play PvE, you can just cut it on, and that way you don't have to worry about taking in your good weapons and getting shot in your back by rats or by people who are just waiting for you to get done with the task and then, coming and killing you.
Right. All right. Well, we are hitting an hour and 7 minutes. But before I move on to the next segment, my question for you guys is there anything else you guys want to add? Or anything else that's on your mind, you've been thinking about, you want to get out?
I wish they would tighten up on the stability. I was still experiencing a little bit of stability issues and connection issues. I don't know why. I felt like it was kind of shaky for a couple of days there. So maybe fixing that, because I thought we were done and we were definitely doing the running man in place. And just kind of stuck, and the arc still killing you while you're stuck in place. So I wish they would fix whatever's causing that. Oh,
Okay.
Good ship out package just showed up. He said, arc bosses inside of key rooms. Do it. He said, put a boss inside of the key room that you kind of maybe have to defeat or something while you're in there. That'll make the goop even more valuable or more sought after, because it's a bigger risk reward factor. And I know he probably just showed up. Good ship. We talked about the ship map too. About they're coming out with that too. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, your ideas are already booming. So maybe this is another one. And you don't really see that anymore. People breaking into the rooms, so the fire, hitting them as soon as they kind of like glitch through the door. So maybe you've already added fire in there. Maybe add some type of little puzzle or something you have to do, or arc boss inside of those rooms would be cool too.
Yeah.
What do you got, Wheezy?
Well, I got one more idea. For the hurricane, I'm gonna go back to the Stellamontis and the hurricane and all that, right? I think they should add like a little event for the power outage. Since the hurricane, maybe power will go off. I know it's kind of like night, but I think it should be like probably even worse. You know, even worse with the night. You know, it should be like a little power outage where you can't see anything because the hurricane. You know, that could be a little idea too.
Yeah, that would be dope. Maybe they have power outages and certain doors or key rooms wouldn't be open because there's no power to them. So you'd have to maybe wait until the power came back on, or maybe have something where, different parts of the map lose power. So it forces you to have to maybe go a different way, or you can't, go in this door. Or maybe you go up to the door, but the power's off. So now you have to brave the storm and, take a longer time to go through the elements.
Or a puzzle to get the power on.
Facts. Yeah, Good Ship Alpaca said you should force flashlight usage. Like maybe like how they had like force people to have to use their flashlights more, or the binoculars. Like, cause I always just scrap the binoculars. Maybe do something to where you have to use the other elements in the game that they're giving us. Like he said, like the flashlights, binoculars, stuff like that.
Maybe have like a blackout event where it's pitch black, like you're in like a basement. There's no ambient light from anything.
Because that would be amazing. Because then you'd have to keep your flashlight on, and you couldn't necessarily hide from raiders, because you couldn't see yourself. You'd have to have the light on to be able to see. I think that would be really dope. He says Silent Hill type visibility. Yeah, I think it would be sick. That would be really dope.
That game scares me. Go ahead, Weezy.
Oh no, I'm good.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, before we move on to the next segment, we're good, right? You guys got everything off your chest?
I'll ask Good Ship Alpaca, is there anything that you want to add before we move on to the next segment? I know you just came in. Is there anything you would like to say before we move on?
We have one with Fitz as well, Sandy.
Oh. Where at? Oh, here we go.
Load up.
Sorry, Fitz. I totally missed it, man. Fitz says, I heard that they're going to mess with the free loadout system. I don't know if any truth is of this, but if they do, won't that make it more PvP? In my opinion, it will, because more people will be starving to get the goop. So what do you guys think?
I did hear that they're supposed to do some type of nerf to the free loadout to make it to where it's a little more weaker. Like you're not getting as much when you go. And I feel like you already don't get much. But I did hear that they were supposed to nerf the free loadout and make it to where it was not really worth taking, to kind of push you to go in with other weapons and not just always pick a free kit because I'm not going to lose anything because I have good guns. But if they give you something that's not really worth anything, and it's like, Jesus, don't make me take the free loadout, I think that will change things. I don't know if it'll make people PvP more. It may make people PvE more, just to kind of avoid losing their stuff, because people do have gear fear. A lot of people have gear fear.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know how that would work. But I will say this too before we change subjects. I don't know what they've done with whether it was a silent nerf or what, but it felt like to me the kettle got a lot weaker and the rattler got a little bit stronger. Again, I think they were listening, because the rattler, it felt like I dropped a few raiders, and I was like, oh, hold on, this might be, back. They might have done something. So I don't know if they silently kind of like, hey, we hear you guys. We watch the Sandy After Dark podcast all the time, and we're just taking notes. But I think that's two things that we said on this show that need to be changed or fixed, and they've already started kind of putting it out there. So pretty cool.
Yeah, man. I played the Rattler a little bit this morning with Sandy, and I was going crazy with it.
Yeah, man.
I was a little crazy with it.
Yeah,
a little crazy with it. But with the loadout though, free loadouts, I did hear they're gonna nerf the weight, right? And they are gonna nerf. Oh, so they actually hear this is actually what they're gonna say, right? If the weapons are still outperforming, they're gonna nerf the Stitcher, right? They already nerfed the Kettle and the Rattler and whatever, right? And if that doesn't work, they're gonna nerf the weight and the slots. So how many slots you have and how much weight you're gonna have. I think the base weight is like 35, I believe, or 40 if you have your thing maxed up. So probably like 40, 35. I don't know how how much you're gonna nerf it by. Maybe like 30, maybe 25. Keep it kind of like small where you can't bring out enough. Because there's been a couple times where with a free kit I brought out 70, 80K. You know, like there's been multiple times where I've done that, and I think it's kind of OP because I could just bring a free kit over and over and over again, and if when I get a Stitcher, I can pretty much outgun anybody, you know, and just win those fights and bring back like 3 Venators and a bunch of bandages and all that, you know. So I think they should nerf it because I feel like you get a lot than you're risking. You know, I think they should nerf it in my opinion because that would force people to bring out kits because they don't have any slots to bring enough stuff back to Speranza. Um, but yeah, what's your thoughts on that, Streets?
I was gonna add that Good Ship Alpaca was saying that the free loadout kit should be the only time that you spawn into a late raid. Like if you bring a good kit in,
Free.
you should be starting the raid from the very beginning, not towards the end with only 16 minutes left, 18 minutes left. Everybody's already gooped. The fights have already happened. You bring in your stuff and it's like everybody's dead. And you're searching through them and all the good stuff's already looted. So it's like that's a bummer. Then you feel like, let's go extract. You extract and come back into another late raid. So I definitely agree with Good Ship Alpaca on that one. That they please, if they need to make it to where you start the raid fresh if you're bringing in a kit, especially an expensive kit.
Can't argue with that. I've actually said this many times. Actually, we were playing and I was saying like, man, these free kits, man, they need to be halfway. Why are we getting halfway when we got a Bobcat and Tempest and full kits, and then we get free kit shitters coming in and putting a little rat trap out, and we walk right into it, and now we're out our kit within 30 seconds into the game. So because they've had time to set these things up, they've had time to plan and plot their little cheese eating expeditions, like rats do. So
one more thing I want to add too. I wish they would fix on Stellamontis, when you load in, move the arc back. It's the only map that as soon as you come out of where you spawn, you're getting attacked by the arc. Before I even make it up the stairs, bro, I've already lost my shields because the pops and the ticks have jumped on me and blown up or taken my shield down. And now before I even get to a fight, I've already used my shield. I've already used my bandages. Now if I get hurt, I'm like, hey, do you guys have a shield? Or we have to now retreat from the fight because we don't have any shield rechargers or any heals because we just got done fighting 20 ticks and 40 pop balls and a shredder as soon as we open the door. So I wish they would fix that or back them up or maybe give us an extra shield recharger, more bandages. If you are going to nerf it, give us a little more on that end so that when we run into the arc, it's not like, oh my God, like I have to, exfil now because I have no heals. I have no shields,
Yeah. It's all the time we're playing the game and like I know for sure you're running ahead of me, and then you hear dee 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 pow, and you hear shield break. I'm like, son of a bitch, because that pop ball got up my butt.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it sucks, man. It's just constant. And those ticks. Literally this morning I was playing with Wheezy, and I went to go push. Motherfucker jumped through the air and onto my face as I'm about to shoot this guy. And I got lit up by 2 other dudes, and I'm like, damn it. Couldn't you have waited a second before you decided to climb up on my face? Give me a little tickle. So yeah. But that's the thing. I mean, it goes off my previous statement. It makes the game interesting, but it's like one of those SOB moments, man. You're like, dude, why right at that exact moment, So
And
anything else from you guys?
I've heard them come out and say that the AI is not learning, it's not evolving.
Bullshit.
And I'm like, bullshit. When I first started playing the game, the pop balls, you could just jump on top of something and they couldn't shoot you. And then out of nowhere, now they're turning up. I seen these things rolling up the wall. I was like, I seen a pop ball riding the one that shoots the fire. Whatever arc that is, I seen the pop ball riding on top of that. Like, bro, what is going on here, bro? Like, what are we playing here? So I don't believe them. I've seen the shredders, like they'll go behind like the thing and wait and like be watching you and like kind of like wait to kind of come out, you know, to get you. So I don't believe that when they say that it's not evolving. Bullshit. I call bullshit. I call BS. I'm calling BS on that one. They are definitely learning and evolving for sure.
Too coincidental. Too coincidental for the timing. You know, like Wheezy's seen it. It's happened to Wheezy many times. The ticks, they don't jump on you when you're breaching the door. They jump on you when you're balls deep into a fight, you know, getting pounded by 3 dudes, you know. So so it's crazy. So they're definitely learning, and they have to be evolving. There has to be some kind of AI in the game. So what are you saying, Wheezy?
Even the shredders, man, they play like a D1 linebacker, bro. Or like literally, man, I'm running and then they go over here zoom into the door and then block me and then
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. I was like, I was like, come on, man. Like, what the hell? Like, they're definitely evolving, man. There's no way. They are 100% bullshitting, bro, because they ain't smarter.
You used to be able to shut the door on the shredders. Now I've seen them wedge their way through. Like, hold on, I'm coming through this door. Like, nah, you letting me in here. I've seen them do that. I've seen them wait behind the wall like they went the other way, and they're just hiding, just waiting. And as soon as you pop out, then they pop out and come charging at you like he's like a linebacker, full force. Like, I've been playing the game since the beta. Like, who you think you fooling? These things are definitely evolving and learning. Like, maybe y'all don't know. Like, maybe the AI code that y'all put in the game is evolving and fooling y'all, but it ain't fooling us. Once you get your ass cheeks blown off, you know. So many times, you know.
Alpha says, have you seen a shredder attached to a hornet and get dropped off at another level of the map? I have not seen that.
It's crazy.
I've seen them jump from heights. I've seen one time I was running from a shredder in Stella Montes where you have to jump up to go to the lobby. And you know, there's that bridge real high up that you have to fold the ladder down, or you have to climb up the ladder to go up on both sides. I've seen a shredder jump from the top and come down and chase somebody through assembly. Because it happened to me. I ran down and jumped off and I was like, it's not going to go. That shredder jumped off and that's like 30, 40 feet in the air. Hit the ground and came charging at me. I was like, what the fuck? And it just was gone. So they're learning, bro. I feel like they want to kill us just as much as we want to kill them.
All right. Well, we are pretty deep into it. I wanted to go into, so we have like a final segment, right? Because we talked about all the ARC stuff. Now we have another game coming up that even Peanut's been playing. You got early access. We've seen some clips on it and stuff. It's called Marathon. So they're in alpha right now, alpha testing. And there's been a lot of feedback from people that said they have gorgeous visuals. It's got a short start. And it's got strong gameplay from reports. They are reporting that there's a black market recovery system, and people are digging that. So, do you think that Marathon's going to be something that's going to sway our Raider players? Do you think some players are going to go there or stay? I honestly think they're going to stay, but from what you guys have seen, if you have seen anything come out, what do you guys think about Marathon?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I think players are gonna stay 100%, right? But with Marathon, man, I ain't gonna lie. I be seeing these trailers and they look really, really good. Like they make me want to like hop in there and play a little bit, you know, and test it out. But I can't really give my full opinion on it because I haven't played it yet, you know. But obviously, I'm gonna stick to Arc. You know, Arc has honestly revived me from gaming and even streaming, and you too, Sandy. You know, like the game it has literally like made me want to stream and play for long hours, and I'm still enjoying it. You know. I'm still enjoying it, and I'm gonna test out the beta for sure. They have a free beta, or they have a free beta. I think this week. I'm gonna try it out and see for myself if I'm gonna like it or not. I know this game is more of a PvP aspect because I know they're gonna have ranked in there for PvPers and all this type of stuff they're gonna add. But visuals, I don't really see any hype on the visuals. People say there's good visuals, but I don't see no hype on the visuals. The gunplay looks really good. Don't get me wrong, right? The gameplay looks really good, but the visuals does seem they're all right. Not better than Ark in my opinion, but the gameplay of the first person shooter, it looks nice, you know. So I'm not gonna bash on it, you know. I'm not gonna bash on it at all. But if I'm once I play it, then I'll give my full opinion on it on the next podcast for sure, you know, and see how how it is.
Well,
but what's your thoughts?
I think, well, before I give my opinion on it, I think that when the open testing comes out, I think we should all plan that out together and get first impressions on a stream. That'd be awesome. So we can use that, I think, you know, to get a bounce ideas off each other and kind of, you know, have open end discussion on it, you know. But from what I've seen, honestly, it looks entertaining, but Ark has really sucked me in, dude. Like the not just the game itself, but the way the developers are changing things and implementing things. It keeps me interested. It keeps me wanting to play the game even more. And knowing that the things they've put in is still helping the players is in the aspect of like expedition, right? I can still go do that. You know, if I want to say, oh man, I've had my blueprints for 4 months and I'm ready to do the expedition. I can do it. That's awesome. So it gives me things I can still do in the game that I haven't done yet. Marathon, from what I've seen, I know it's early stages of the game, but it looks like it's gonna just be the same thing over and over and over and over and over. You know, I don't know enough about it to know if they're gonna be implementing things like arcraiders is as far as like maps go and events, but I'm willing to give it a try. I want to play it. I want to experience it, but Ark though is a masterpiece. I love it.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think that visually it's beautiful. It looks amazing. The graphics are just stunning. They're gorgeous. I think with Marathon, let's just go ahead and say this. There's a lot of Ark Raider haters. There's a lot of Ark Raider haters. People who are just waiting for the game to fall. And when it didn't fail and fall below their expectations, it's gonna be going away, and it didn't. Now they're looking.
Playing it.
Yes, but I feel like there's a lot of people who are just looking for the next game to say, "Oh, well, this game did better than Ark Raiders." I was just having an argument with one of my cousins. He was like, "Oh, well, S.A.D's coming out, and S.A.D's gonna be the game that takes away Ark Raiders." I was like, "Bro, S.A.D is just Sea of Thieves in the desert. Get out of here." It's not, bro. Yeah. Same thing with Marathon. You know what I see? I see Destiny. That's all I see when I see that game. It reminds me of Destiny. It's like Destiny's version of making something to compete with Ark Raiders. And you know why they're doing that? Because Ark Raiders got that belt off. And it's applying that pressure, like I always say. And they got people in the industry like, because when has extraction shooters been the main thing everybody's doing? It hasn't. Ark Raiders made it the conversation of the year. And I'm not going to lie. They should have won Game of the Year last year. But it's cool. They better win it this year. They won multiplayer of the Game of the Year. They should have won Game of the Year. Man. They should have won. They got snubbed, I felt like. But it's cool. We'll take our, what did Peanut say? We'll take the small W's, you know. But we want that big W this year. But I'd say that to me, Marathon I'm not hating on it. Am I going to play it with you guys? Yes, we're going to play that. So everybody at home who's watching, make sure you're locked in because that's going to be a hell of a stream. But outside of that, it looks like Destiny. It looks okay. The graphics look cool. I don't want to compare those graphics to Ark Raiders. They don't even look like humans or like robots. So it's not even in the same realm to me. Yeah, it's the same game, but to me, it's two different things. And like I said, when people didn't like Call of Duty, they couldn't wait for Battlefield to come out. All the Call of Duty haters was like, "Oh, we got one now with Battlefield. We're up now." And I feel like there was a lot of people who just was going to Battlefield because they didn't like COD. Like, I may not like Battlefield, but Battlefield's maybe gonna whoop COD's ass this year, so I'm gonna go with that. And I feel like the same thing's happening with Ark Raiders. There's a lot of people who Arc Raider haters, and they're just waiting on the next game to take it down. So what they're gonna do is jump on the marathon bandwagon and go, "Oh, this game's gonna be better." We'll see, but right now, I don't think that it is. And I'm gonna tell you this: I watched the Burnt Peanut play the marathon game. Didn't look like it was having as much fun as he did in Arc Raiders. And also, I wanted to ask you guys this: does the term "goop" only apply to Arc Raiders? Because when I heard Peanut say he was getting goop in marathon, I was like, I don't know if I like that. Like, nah, call it something else. Goop is an Arc Raiders word. Like, keep that Arc. Yeah, call that, foop. Call that dupe. Bala boop. Get that out of here. But I feel like goop belongs to Arc Raiders. And I feel like that term wasn't, what did you hear people say? I'll get the goop before that. So now you're going to have a whole bunch of Raiders going to marathon being like, I'm getting the goop. No. You're getting duped. Because the game to play is Arc Raiders, baby. So, hey, look, Mr. Peanut. Hey, Mr. Peanut. Just want to say, hey, maybe keep the goop term for Arc. Maybe come up with a new term. Look, Peanut, the webcam went out. Peanut was trying to, he was trying to get in here. Peanut, he's not trying to, he's trying to get in here and chime in on it. But yeah, Peanut, maybe change the word, or maybe it's time for the marathon people to make your own word. Goop is an Arc Raiders word. Just my take.
Right. I would say, go ahead, Weezy.
No, go ahead, Sandy.
Oh. The goop term, can you imagine like if it's just a general term, like how it's starting to become like, imagine like two cops are talking to each other and I'm like, yeah man, Freddie the transient over here, he was over there gooping that freaking shopping cart, he went in that gas station, he gooped it up, so now we gotta take him in for gooping.
That'd be funny. Yeah, he's over here gooped up, like, hands off the goop, asshole! You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got the goop! But that'd be funny to see it evolve, you know what I mean? And I don't want it to not evolve. Obviously, Peanuts for the world. I don't mean it like that. I mean, like, hey, just the term. I don't know if, Arc Raiders ain't even been out a year yet, baby. Let us have our little time with the word before it just goes and becomes a term and a word used amongst all video games. Let us have a good year with Arc, man. First come, let us give us our shine first and then y'all can have it. You know what I mean?
What you got, Weezy?
Yeah, man. I mean, Goop has been, not originated, but it has been popularized on Arc. So I agree with Streets, but it has been originated on Rust. Peanut's not the founder of Goop, but it's been around since Rust. But it's been popularized on Arc Raiders. So I think Arc Raiders takes that throne, because that's all we know. The loot is not loot no more. It's actually Goop, right? But with the marathon, man, yeah, I think people are gonna overhype it, and it's not gonna succeed on expectations. I don't think it's gonna fulfill the needs of how Arc Raiders has fulfilled the needs of other players. Because man, Arc Raiders, man, I fucking love that game, man. Come on, let's be real. The only reason why you guys are here because we love this game, man. We talk about it because we are excited about it. Marathon, it's kind of like another Tarkov, Arena Breakout type of deal, you know what I'm saying? You have regular people fighting you and whatever, right? We have robots. The quests actually feel more engaging, in my opinion, than other quests and in other extraction shooters. But I don't think Marathon is gonna take over Arc, because Marathon has a lot to fulfill. Arc got some big ass shoes, size 14. They gotta fill that whole thing in, because Arc has been succeeding every aspect, including the updates, the gameplay, the gunplay, everything. So again, I'm not gonna hate on it. I'll give it a chance and see if I like it or not. But visually, I feel like kind of overhyping it, because visually it does not look that good, in my opinion. It does not look that good. gunplay on the other hand, it does look good. The gameplay does look good. I'm not gonna lie. The gameplay do look good. So we will see. We will see. Until what? I think next week, right? They drop it on next week, this weekend for
I think so. Yeah, I have
for
to
the
look it
beta.
up. Yeah, it's coming soon. Fitzy says he uses the word goop before Arc Raiders. To be fair, he said it's more of a bedroom talk. I'm about to goop you up. You know, like that's the way he used it. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, all we can do is strap in on that roller coaster and see where it takes us to the end of the ride. You know, so that's all we can do. But I'm gonna try it for sure. I wanna at least experience it and have my own real basest, motivated opinion. So
Yeah, I do too. I want to play it. I don't want to prejudge it just off what I've seen because I don't play other games that way. I don't watch another person play and go, oh, I don't like it because he may not play the way I play. He may not do the things I do in games. So I am not gonna lie. I am kind of excited about seeing some new games come out, and this is gonna be a cool one. Marathon will be cool to play, and I think if people just appreciate it for what it is and not try to compare it to, oh, we have something to compare Arc Raiders or have Marathon, compared to this game. If you don't play it like that and you just play like, hey, this is the game, it's cool, I'm gonna play it for what it is, that would be cool. You know what I mean? Again, I watched Peanut play and it was okay. I'd much rather him play Arc Raiders. It was a funner experience watching him do that. But again, his experience might not be my experience. So I may get over there and be the best marathon player in the world. But who knows? I'm excited to play with you guys on the game, and I'm looking forward to it. But I'm not gonna. I don't want to compare it just yet. I want to just appreciate it for what it is, and continue to appreciate Arc Raiders for what it is, and just enjoy the fact that we have really good games coming out, and this is an awesome time to be playing video games.
all right. Well, we talked about a lot. I think we got a lot off our chest, which is great because I love this. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time to put out there in the world, right? We have so many ideas and so many thoughts and so many wants and needs, and to be able to broadcast this to the world, it's amazing. So I feel great. I got my fix for this week. So we're gonna have a lot to talk about next week, I'm sure, because we have other things coming that are going to get dropped, and then we get to experience them and then come back and talk about it. So super excited for that. But before I go into some closing stuff here, anything else you guys want to get off your chest, or anything else you guys want to bring up?
I think that's it, man. I think we got everything off. We talked for an hour and 40 minutes, 38 minutes.
It's a long one.
A long one. It's the longest one here.
Yeah.
We had a lot going on. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and close it off here. So everyone that's in the chat, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out, asking the questions. We want you guys to ask questions. So when we come out and we do the next airing, typically it's Saturdays. This case, we're doing Friday because I've got surgery today. So I won't be able to talk on Saturday. So we got a little bit of a extra insight episode here. But it's going to air on Spotify and Apple Podcasts by tomorrow night, before 8 p.m. So if you guys want to go back and review it again, it'll be on there. We got Streets in here, young_Streets. He's on Twitch, streamer. Go ahead and give him a follow. Absolute
thank you.
Awesome guy to chill and hang out with and talk about Arc Raiders. And then we also got Wheezy. So I
don't got a camera yet.
ISO still?
I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change it soon, but it's Wheezy. But I'm gonna change it. I don't know why I changed it, but it is what it is. But y'all gonna see my face soon. So
all right. Well, give him a follow. Absolute cracked. He's got some amazing videos on YouTube right now and on TikTok. So give him a little peek there. You won't be disappointed. But I'm gonna go ahead and close this off because we've hit about an hour and 40 minutes. So if you guys want more, go ahead and follow the podcast. We're going to do this every week. So, but other than that, thank you guys for hanging out and talking about Arc Raiders.
Thank you guys for watching. We love you guys, and we will see you on the next one. Out of here, man.
All right, it's still uploading.
All right, so before I cut I guess I'll keep. This is the behind the scenes now. So for the people who are watching still, you guys get to see what happens behind the scenes. So it ain't too much. We just kind of kick it and chill for a couple minutes and let everything upload and talk about, was there anything that we missed or we felt like we could have talked about and how we thought the show went. So Sandy, was you gonna say anything? I'm sorry, man. Kind of jumped up right there.
Oh, you're good. I feel like everything went good. I got everything off my chest I want to talk about. I feel like you guys did too. So, so when we get the next episode coming up, we're gonna have lots of new things. So,
yeah, I'm cool. I'm excited for the Shrouded Sky, but again, I wish they would have gave us something else because we've already seen lightning with the, the lightning storm, event. I don't know. Kind of wanted something more than the storm. I guess I wish they would have gave us like the toxic swamp. But I mean, shoot, that makes me wonder, will we get it anytime before April? We probably won't get it until like later on, maybe in the summertime.
yeah.
I think summertime would be pretty good because that's when all the kids are gonna be off and all that.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be a good way to people to engage the update.
But yeah, I also feel like it may be like later on in the summer, maybe the fall, because if they give us ribbon tides in April when it's an all new arc there, say they give us, what's the next big arc?
We don't know yet.
Because that's the mustard.
The mustard. Okay. And then what about the emperor? Yeah, like what I'm saying. So it's like as it keeps going on, it's just like they're probably gonna have us messing with that for a while. So the one in May, the update in May, I think it's gonna be another light update like Headwinds, which is kind of like that's whack. You know what I mean? Because it's like they're probably not gonna want to put out something so crazy after they just put out something extremely crazy, like a whole new arc. They're probably gonna want you to play it for a little while. You know what I mean? And they give us stuff at the end of the month, is what it's seeming like. So maybe we'll get a lot of that stuff at the end of May going into the summer. So I think it's gonna be like some light, updates. It's gonna be water. It's gonna be hot during the summertime. So I think that they will introduce some type of water mechanic. Because when it was cold, they're giving us cold. And if you guys look at it, it's about to start raining. Like it's been raining a lot everywhere. Getting ready for springtime. So maybe that's why we're getting all these storms and stuff like that. So maybe closer to April, May, we'll get more water maps like for the summertime and stuff like that. Who knows?
That'd be pretty cool, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, can't wait for that, man.
Yeah, facts.
But I think I know they're still testing out with the whole new arc update for April. I know they're testing out the if it's gonna crash or how many players they should have in the map because it might cause FPS drops and all that.
Yeah.
Because if they're testing it out now, I can only imagine this fucking arc is gonna be humongous, bro. They gotta test it out. You know what I'm saying? This shit is gonna be fucking huge if it's gonna have problems with fucking any stability issues with the servers or even just crashes in general.
Yeah.
So I cannot wait for it, man. I cannot wait, especially the map. I need something new, man. We all need something new,
Yeah.
And since I think Marathon's dropping on March, I think the whole April update, I think people are gonna go to to Arc, so that might kind of kind of demolish Marathon a little bit because everybody's excited for the new map on Arc and the new robot on Arc. So we'll see, man. We'll see. We got a lot of things to talk about there,
Facts.
A lot of things to talk about. Can't wait. I think we did talk a lot on this podcast too. It was really good. Really good.
Yeah, which is good. So. This is a good one. The engagement is what I want. I want people to ask questions. I want people to get involved because your community, Weezy's community, my community, they all come together and it's great. We have everyone kind of participating. And I think that's important for a lot of people. It's important for me, because the viewers that come into my stream, I value them a lot. They are an important part of what I do, because that's what I'm in it for, right? I like to play games and just share, you know. So having that aspect is good. So it's growing. We're getting bigger and bigger. So
Hell yeah.
I'm excited for that.
I just got something right now that pianos will soon be playable in arcraiders.
Oh,
A piano? What would you
Yeah,
be able to?
a piano.
When I'm thinking
And
like
Varied.
where?
Varied City.
Oh,
In Varied
okay.
City.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You hop on the piano and be, Mozart. You know what I'm saying?
And they like music, bro. They should have a music mode where, you know what I'm saying, where you can go in there and just kick it and make music and be friendly and do band and concerts, and you can tell they want to be friendly, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's cool, but make that work. Like, yeah, give them a hub, make the hub or something, or like a world, like a main. Maybe make a map where you can go in and it's like this map is like the hub, like it's just friendly. You can't shoot people in here. You just kicking it the whole time. You know what I mean?
Something like that.
Something, you know what I mean? Something. I know we didn't talk. I'm gonna just talk on the little the zip lines, saying that I meant to show you that video or maybe post a picture of that old boy saying in what is that, Blue Gate, in those bottom areas they have those little pieces that are missing, like in Stella Montes, that have zip lines going down, and that most of the time those lead to another other areas. So just to touch on that and say that, because we're also getting a map expansion this update with Shroud of Sky. We're getting the new map, Shroud of Sky. Well, the whatever, not a new map, but the new map conditions, and then the new map expansion or whatever. So some of these are probably gonna go underground or lead to something else. So we'll see what happens with that.
We'll see. Well, we can only see. Do you guys? Does it help? Does it help you guys when I give you guys the host sheet early?
Yeah.
Do you know what our talking points are?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. I'll try to do those on Wednesdays, so that way I get them out at least a little bit before.
Yeah, that works.
No, Thursday was good too, because I did all that in a day, man. Like, it was pretty quick, Got all my I do pre-notes, so everything that drops new, I kind of write it down,
Yeah.
and then I implement on the segments, so I kind of put it into the segments and all that. So
All right.
it's very, very easy, man, very easy. But yeah, it helps a lot. It does. It helps a lot with those little sheets and all that. And I appreciate
if you guys want to
even building that, taking your time and doing that,
Yeah.
I really do appreciate it.
Well, if you guys want to add segments and stuff, or you guys have something that you want me to add to it, just let me know, because then I could do it, So, that way we're all kind of just on the same page,
Yeah.
Because I try to keep them into a general topic as much as I can, so that way you guys can voice your opinion on it. And there's 1,000 ways it can go, so the possibilities are endless. If you guys want to talk about a specific thing, So, but I try to keep it like categorized. So
that works, bro.
It's great. Gives me something to do.
It's been a W. Yeah. So you got to take care of that today. Are you gonna be back on the game tonight, or what's up? What's your plans?
I don't know, man. I don't know how I'm gonna feel. I definitely probably will not be able to talk for like a couple hours.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm gonna be all numbed up and in pain.
For sure.
And I might just want to just lay in bed and just.
You gotta talk with
these.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This one, when I got this one pulled, it sucked, dude. It really sucked. So I'm just dreading going in and getting.
What was the worst part about it?
Because you have like it hurts, right? Like it's the after like pain of them literally pulling tooth out of your bones, and then you have the blood clot. You got to be careful you don't fuck that up, because you get dry socket. It hurts really bad. That's why I'm talking kind of slurring a little bit, because I'm in pain still. But that's why when I talk, it sounds like, I don't know. I sound different than I sound in the last couple weeks.
Yes.
Yes. It's because it's sharp. It rubs on my tongue and it fucks me up. So,
yes.
But the recovery part of it, like, you can't suck through a straw, right? Like, you can't eat hard foods, because the food gets in there, it'll jack you up. So it just sucks. Like, you can't do anything you normally would do. You have to just be really careful for a couple days, and then on the 5th day, then you can start to ease back into, vaping and sucking through straws and shit. I'm probably gonna have to vape through my fucking nose, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll see. I might play.
Okay.
But if I play, I probably won't talk very much.
Yeah, for sure. Happens.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope
But
hope everything goes good and you're not too fucked up. And if you
I'm
are,
gonna be
know,
on
it's all
payments
good,
for
bro.
sure.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Get the hydrocodones in, you know.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
What are you guys
All
up to today?
I'm about to go discuss what we're gonna eat for dinner with my wife. She came up and was like, "Hey, what's up?" While I was on the stream, so talking about food with her. Then I'm probably gonna see what's up with streaming. Probably gonna put a little bit of the arc. I need to edit some videos. I really need to edit some videos. Like there's some that I just need to get out, you know. And if I keep playing, I'm gonna keep making these amazing moments, and you know, I just need to go ahead and just put the other ones out before they start to pile up too high. So that's all I'm gonna be doing. What about you, Weezy? What you gonna be on?
Shit, man, just chilling. You know, gotta go pick up the old girl at like 3. You know, chill. And I probably won't be on till probably till 10, and then probably get something to eat after, man. Cause I haven't ate all day today. I'm a little hungry.
Yeah, it's a new season of 2K.
Get me a burrito.
Get you a burrito.
What kind of burrito?
Before I can't eat burritos. Oh, carne asada, 100%.
There you go. Carne asada. You already know.
Got
to, man.
Yeah. I'm in a border town. I get the.
You already know. Nigga. I come from there. That's my home. I'm already knowing. Hell yeah, man. That's what's up, buddy. But shoot, yeah, just holler at me later, man. Let us know how it goes, and well, I'm pretty sure we'll holler at you on Discord or something, you know, at some point tonight. If you don't feel like getting on or something like that, but yeah, just holler at us later on, man. And for everybody watching my stream, I'm gonna go ahead and call it. I'm gonna be back on here in just a few, but thank you guys for watching. It means everything. We really appreciate it. Please, if you ain't already, follow my people on here, Sandy_Fat and Easy Weezy. Please go follow my folks, man. They doing that thing and they coming up, and I want y'all to be a part of their journey. So everybody who's watching, thank you, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Before I get up out of here, I wanted to give a major shout out to the big homie, Mr. Butter Brown. I appreciate you coming and holding down, rocking with us, man. Super cool. If you guys still haven't checked out Butter Brown, Mr. Butter Brown, check him out. Awesome guy, awesome dude. Also, I wanted to shout out Dino Can. I feel like this person knew me because they came in and said something to me about my group that's how I knew that they know me. They're like a first time chatter and they don't have very many people, but they came in and they said the highest you could be as a human is an astronaut. And I said that's what my line is. That I tell people is the highest you could be as a human is an astronaut, and we smoked dro, so we became the Astronauts, and that's my name. So him just saying that was like, okay, I see who you are. I don't know who they are, but thank you. It must be somebody who knows me, so thank you. Or follows my music, so thank you guys for rocking with me on that. And good ship alpaca, my homie Zara Mux, my dog. Thank you. Appreciate y'all being here. And everybody watching everywhere. I know it's taboo and it's not seen as a cool thing to say, but you know. So just everybody who's watching on every platform, thank you. And I will catch you guys on the next one. I appreciate you watching. And I will see y'all here in just a minute. I'm out of here.